Good evening, everybody. Welcome again. This is your host, Imhotep Ramses II, also known as Omar Lyons. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're dealing with the ASVAB, the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. And there are 10 things that you must know. Number 1 is dealing with signed numbers. So for example, if you have a question that says -2 times -9, I hope everybody can see that, okay? -2 times -9, now you're dealing with two negative numbers, okay? If the two numbers have the same sign, whether negative or positive, 2 positive or 2 negative, then the answer is going to be positive. So basically it's going to be 2 times 9, which is 18, or positive 18, okay? Another thing that you need to know for your ASVAB is rounding off numbers. So for example, you might have a number that says 356,891, and it's asking you to round to the nearest. Make sure everybody can see this, right? And it might be asking you to round to the nearest 10, okay? So that would be rounding to 356,890, because the 1 is in the 1 place, the 9 would be in the 10 place, okay? So it would be 356,890. You'd round down because this number in the 1 place is a 1. It's less than 5. So as you know, or as you should know, 5 or less, you round, well, 5 or more, you round up. Less than 5, you round down. So because this is a 1, you're going to round down to 0. So it's going to be 356,890. Another thing that you need to know for your ASVAB, number 3, right, is order of operations. Order of operations. I'm erasing this, but you have the video, so you can always pause it and watch it over and over and over, right? Order of operations. Anybody remember this? PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and going in order from left to right, okay? So, for example, if you have a question, let's see, that says 16 minus 6 squared, right? 16 minus 6 is 10, so you're basically going to have 10 squared, which is 100, right? So you do the parentheses first, right? Then you do the exponents, right? And so on and so forth, okay? Another thing that you need to know for your ASVAB, right? And the 10 things you need to know for your ASVAB. Number 4 is fractions. There's no getting away from fractions, people. No getting away from fractions. So let's do a simple fraction example. 2 over 4 plus 4 over 5. What are we going to do? First thing we're going to do is find the what? LCD, yeah? Find the LCD, okay? What's going to be the LCD? Use multiples of the bigger number. 5, 10, 15, 20. Aha. So 20 should work, yeah? Okay. So 4 into 20 goes 5 times, right? 5 times 2 is 10. 5 into 20 goes 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. So there we have 10 plus 16, which is going to be, what, 26 over 20. And, of course, you're going to reduce that. It's going to be, what? Let's see. That's going to be reduced to 1 and 6 over 20, which is going to be 1 and 3 over 10, yeah? Okay, because 2 into 20 goes 10 times, 2 into 26 goes 13 times, right? And then, let's see, 10 into 13 goes 1 time, and the remainder of 3 over 10. That's our final answer, 1 and 3/10, yeah? Okay, very good. All right. So, the next thing, or another thing that you need to know for your ASVAB is decimals. Dealing with decimals, okay? So decimals are very interesting, and we're just brushing on these topics. For more in-depth instruction, you can give us a call or send us an email, right? Or look at our other videos. We have numerous videos posted, right? But you need to know your decimals. So, for example, if you have 5.35 minus 2.81, you need to make sure they're lined up correctly, and then you do your arithmetic, right? 5 minus 1 is 4, 8 from 3 you can't, so you borrow 1 from the 5, 1 over there, 13 minus 8 is 5, right? 4 minus 2 is 2, so the answer is 2.54, or if it's dollars and cents, and it's $2.54. Okay, another thing that you need to know, number 6, is mixed numbers. You must know how to deal with mixed numbers. So mixed numbers, that could be dealing with a whole number and a fraction, right? So for example, let's do an example with the mixed numbers. So you might get a problem that says, oh, I don't know, something that says, for example, 9 times 3 and, let's see, 9 times 3 and 1/3. Alright, and I'm just making this up off the top of my head as we're working these out, right? So the first thing you're going to want to do is to change this mixed number here into an improper fraction, right? So you're going to have 9 times, and this is going to be changed to what? 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 times 10 over 3, right? And 9 can be over 1, right? 9 times 10 over 3. Everybody see? Okay, good. Alright, so then because you have this multiplication sign here, right, you can go ahead and cross reduce. 3 into itself is 1, 3 into 9 is 3, right? So 3 times 10 is 30. It's going to be 30 over 1, which is the same as 30. So your final answer is actually 30, right? 9 times 3 1/3 is actually equal to 30. Another thing that you need to know, right, included in the 10 things you must know for your ASVAB is your geometry, right? Area, volume, perimeter. So for example, if you have a square and one side is 4 meters and it says find the perimeter, you should know that the perimeter is going to be what? 4 times that, which is 16 meters, right? Because each side is going to be the same. For a square, each side has the same length, and the perimeter is basically the length of all the sides. So if one side is 4 and has 4 sides, and 4 times 4 is 16 meters. Not meters, square. Now the only time you have square is when you're dealing with area. When you're finding the area, if this were to find the area, then it would be whatever it is, let's say 16 meters squared, right, to the second power. Volume would be cubed to the third power, but because it's perimeter, then it's just plain 16 meters, okay? Another thing that you need to know for your ASVAB is going to be what? Percent. Oh my goodness. We definitely need to know our percent. So for example, if you have find 18% of 20, how do we do that? It's going to be 18% times 20 over 1. 0 cancels 0, right? 2 into itself is 1, 2 into 10 is 5. So now we have 18 over 5. What's that going to break down to? 5 goes into 18 how many times? 3 times, and 3 over 5, right? So 18% of 20 is 3 3/5, or 3/5 as a decimal would be 3.60. Okay, 18% of 20, yeah, that's 3.60, or 3 3/5. Okay, very good. Now another thing that you need to know, right, in those 10 things you must know for your ASVAB is mean, median, and mode, right? The mean being the average of all the numbers, the median being the middle number, and the mode being the number that is featured the most often. Okay, so if you get 2, 4, and 6, and it says find the mean is simply going to be 2, 4, and 6 added together and then divided by 3, which is a number of numbers, yeah? So 2 and 4 is 6 plus 6 is 12. So you're going to have what? 12 divided by 3, which is what? 4. So the mean would equal to 4. The median would simply be the middle number once you organize the numbers from lowest to highest or highest to lowest, right? The middle number here would be 4, okay? And the mode would be, in this case, well, in this case, there is no mode because all the numbers appear the same amount of times. Now, if, for example, this were 2, 4, 6, 8, and 4, right, for example, then the mode would be what? Would be 4, because 4 appears twice and the other numbers appear only once, okay? All right, and the number 10 thing, and there are more things, but this is really like the top 10, But the number 10 thing that you must know for your ASVAB is what? Equations. You must know how to deal with equations, right? Solving for x, for example, okay? There are other things, but we're just highlighting 10 things that you must know to deal with your ASVAB. So, for example, solving for x, right? We could see an example where we have, let's say, 5x plus 10 equals 35, solve for x. Well, the first thing we're going to do is get rid of this 10 right here. So we're going to have 5x plus 10 minus 10 equals 35 minus 10, right? So 5x, because plus 10 minus 10 cancels out to a 0. So 5x equals 35 minus 10, which is 25. So 5 times what gives you 25? Well, let's see. Divide both sides by 5, and what do we get? 5 into itself is 1, 5 into itself is 1, 5 into 25 goes 5 times. Therefore, x equals 5. And there you have it, folks. The 10 things you must know for your ASVAB. There are more things, folks. There are little trips and tips to be known. Tips, trips, and tricks. Right? Please feel free to give us a call. Look in the description box. Our phone number is there, 718-915-6011. Also our email, right? Give us a call. Send us a line, share, like, subscribe to our page if you wish. Schedule a session, okay? But these are 10 things that you must know for your Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. This is your host, Omar Imhotep Ramses II Lyons, saying thank you for tuning in, and until next time, peace.